By saying congratulations on the brand new single. We're about to play it on our show for the first time, so congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really excited about it.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about this single. I know that it's written about mental illness, and as someone who suffers from anxiety, I'm so glad that someone out there has put it into words exactly how it feels sometimes. So tell us a little bit about how the track came about.
So I had a really terrible day at work, and I remember coming home and I just took my guitar. I had the chorus of the I don't know why that sorry, I still got morning voice. In my head, looping in the shower. So then when I got out of the shower, I got my guitar out, and I just found the chords that felt comfortable singing at that key, I guess.
Yep.
And then I ended up just chucking on voice memos and recorded the entire song, just for 5 minutes. That's generally how I do my songwriting. Then I played it back and then took little snippets and stuff. But I noticed, the first time that I played it, even just in my bedroom, it brought out emotions that my other music doesn't as much.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a crazy experience that I got it done in one night.
Is that how it normally works for you for songwriting, or is that completely out of the ordinary?
Every single one of my songs seems to have a different songwriting, how the song came out. But that one was definitely one of the first ones that pretty much came together so well, so quickly.
You mentioned that the emotions came out as you were writing the song and as you were recording it as well. Tell us a little bit about that. Is that something that you find helps with your songwriting when you go to an emotional place like that?
Yeah, so music I've always been physiologically really sensitive to music. So I'll get the goosebumps, I'll get the lump in my throat, I'll get the tingles in my body. And when I wrote it and sang it, the first time, I remember getting these goosebumps. Even when I perform it now, I still get goosebumps singing the chorus. I get a really good emotional response to it. So, yeah, it's very strange to get it from my own music. I get it from other people's music all the time.
Yeah.
But to get it from my own music was kind of a big alarm bell in my head. I need to get this recorded because I want it to make other people feel the same way.
This is a track that I think people who suffer from anxiety are going to listen to and resonate with straight away. Are you prepared for people to contact you and say, hey, I listened to this track and I know exactly how it feels?
Yeah. So my other singles that I have released, one of them was about mental health as well. And my goal behind my music is to tell people that what they are feeling, they are not alone in. So that's why I tried to make the lyrics in anxiety to be so relatable. A lot of people that I know who have seen, counsellors and stuff have been told, have you tried meditating? Have you tried lavender oil? They're real experiences that I know other people have also had. So if anyone, the goal of my music is so that people can feel safe in coming to me and saying, Lily, I had a really, really bad day the other day and your song picked me up, or I found that the lyrics in your song really resonated with me, so thank you for representing the community that we're in.
Yeah, it's funny that a lot of counsellors don't touch on that, because I find that my one way to actually calm down when I do have a moment of anxiety is to listen to music. Even if I've had a bad day at work, the first thing I'll do is when I'm getting on the train is put my headphones on and just tune out to the rest of the world and listen to music. It's weird that people haven't picked up on that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I always used to take it for granted, the whole meditation and the sensory side of things. But over the last year, I've really tried to take on using those alternative method type things, and I've noticed that it has worked. So there's a bit of an irony in that lyric because it sounds like I'm being sarcastic, but through the growth of me as a person and the development of this song, it's become realistic for me.
Yeah. Now, you had the single launch for this track as well. What was that like, being able to get out there and play it live, especially after all the lockdowns and everything that we've had over the last couple of years?
It was so good because over the last couple of years I was doing live streams from my bedroom. pretty much every week I was going live and getting people's response, and Anxiety always had a really good response. It was, even when we started doing gigs again, it was always the one that people wanted to hear more of, and that people were asking, is it on Spotify? So last night was the single launch, and it was such a cute little venue, and we had like all our nearest and dearest come and watch, and it was just so lovely to get the responses that we got for the music. Yeah, it was my first proper bar show in Melbourne. So yeah, it was a wonderful night. I'm still high on the adrenaline.
Awesome. Now, I know a lot of people are going to ask the question after they hear this track, is this part of something bigger? Can we expect an EP or an album from you in the not too distant future?
I'm working towards probably getting an EP started. That's probably the next thing, maybe another single and then the EP. Yeah, hopefully we can get something like that going in the near future. I'm actually going back into the studio today, which will be good.
Awesome. So what are your plans for the rest of this year? Are you looking to get out there and do more shows, or are you going to concentrate on songwriting?
I think a little bit of both. I do want to get out and do the shows more now that we're out of lockdown. Obviously in Melbourne, the whole music industry was pretty flat. So not only me doing shows, but going to other people's shows and seeing what the environment is like in Melbourne. But yeah, I do want to get more of the shows done now that I'm able to. I just changed jobs and stuff like that, so I have more time to show off what Lili-Violet is, but also see what everything else is going on. And yeah, the songwriting kind of just comes in waves. So I might have a couple of weeks where I have a really big imagination, or something has happened, and then I go, nah, I'm going to write a song about this. Yeah, so I think a little bit of both.
Awesome. Well, Lily, we're going to play Anxiety on our show for the first time right now. So what would you like to say to everybody out there before they take a listen to this amazing track?
Thank you, first of all, for all the support to release Anxiety. I hope that it resonates with you. If it does, feel free to send me a message. I love to know that my music is felt in other people's hearts and not just my own. And thank you for having me.